Yo, welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. How's everybody doing?
Good.
What's up?
Yeah, we got a nice panel with us tonight. If you're new to Cloudy Thoughts and you're just listening in, you're not catching the live show. It's we talk about cloud gaming and pretty much what's going on in the community around here. Like, it's a new thing. A lot of people don't even know about it, and people that do know about it, there's a lot of misconceptions. Just hang out here and you'll figure it out. But yeah, just imagine being able to play all your favorite games without the need of a console. All you need is an internet connection. It's a pretty amazing deal. But anyway, let's get into some news. What do we have going on this week? There's the Stadia is about to drop 5 new games, or not necessarily new games, but games that are new to Pro. So if you're a member of Pro, you got that to look forward on the first. We have what's coming out. Let's see. It's World War Z, Deliver Us the Moon.
Now, I believe Deliver Us the Moon is a brand new game.
That's brand spanking.
Yeah, that's D&D.
That I'm looking forward to. That and World War Z. Suave's got me pumped up for World War Z.
Dude, I'm pumped up.
I've been waiting since Chicken Police came out. I've been like, dude, if that goes on Pro, it's so goofy looking. I can't wait to play it. There's Ease 9 and City Legends, also from Wired Productions, bringing more of their library over, which is good. If you don't know about Wired Productions, I'm sure you've heard of Martha is Dead. They're the publisher of Martha is Dead. Yo, go ahead, Cowboy.
No, I was gonna say, this is really cool. So, just today, they were saying that in Martha is Dead, you could take pictures, right? And someone said, well, not on Stadia. And then the developer said they had the Yoda and it says, "Has patience, my young Padawan," something like that. Yeah, that's what they said. Have patience.
You can take pictures on Stadia though.
No.
Talk about the game though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the game, there's in the game Martha is Dead is a popular horror game that came out recently.
There's like a picture mode inside the game, and I haven't got to play with it, but I heard it is awesome. So that's kind of, you don't hear people go, "Oh, wait till you see picture mode."
Right.
Yeah, but that's one of those solo plays, right?
Yeah, but I think the main takeaway is that the developer says has patience. So, and remember, they said that somebody asked them a question. They said the plan is to bring all their library to Stadia. That's what they said. Well, so now it's kind of like concrete that Martha is Dead is coming. So
Riot Production, and you already said it, but Riot Productions is they're also the publisher behind Lamote. The game I'm really looking forward to. So they really are bringing all their stuff over, and they support a lot of indie developers. So if you can, just show them love whenever you can. So that's awesome.
That game, Lamote, is that a new game, like just a new game coming out, or are you still on other platforms?
No, it came out on PC before, but it started to make its move onto other platforms. It was supposed to come out this month. It was delayed to next month, and then I think Stadia we get it May 1st. I forget, but
May 1st.
It's a puzzle platform game.
So the big thing is World War Z. They've been talking about that. It was supposed to be here winter. It got a little delayed. Now they're talking about it. They said it's coming to Pro, but and I don't know if this is true. I kind of heard it just like a rumor that it might be delayed still.
Well, no, it said if you look at I don't know if what you're talking about is new or what you're talking about, but if you read the fine print on Stadia's Twitter, they said come in first week of April, not April 1st. Yeah,
right. So people are speculating maybe it might not be day one.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. They literally spelled it out, so I'm sure it won't be day one. But they said first week, so 7 days. Whether it's the second day, third day, fourth day, but it's still going to be that week. So
that's weird, but not bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, let me tell you this.
So tell me about. Hold on. Tell me about the game.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, I want you to tell me about the game. Tell me what it is, because I don't know this game.
Man, so first of all, I just want to say that I'm happy that it's like guaranteed that it's coming to Stadia now. Like, there's no question. There's no, hey, maybe it's not. Maybe maybe it will. That's no question. It's actually coming. You know, and it's coming soon. Less than about 5 or 6 days from now. You know what I'm saying? So, give or take. Man, this game right here has everything that a gamer is looking for, and it's gonna feed the platform of all people that love zombies. Like, if you just love zombies, period, they got PvP mode. It has zombies in it, and you can play against another team. They have, if you want a challenge, they have a horde mode where you can play on a team or solo. They've added so many different features. If you like first person,
so what's this?
Third person.
What's the maximum player limit like when you're playing? Like, is this like a battle royale situation?
No. So it's 4-player teams on PvP and on PvE. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, though, I think there's a deathmatch mode on there where like 50 players on there, or maybe 25, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's of course like every man for himself. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what it is. So if I can remember. And then on top of that, man, they have so many different campaigns on there since the last time I played it. And then you have different classes since the last time I played. So when I used to play this game, there was only 5 classes you could choose from. You know, you could play with each one of the classes. Now, man, they added like 3 or 4 more classes on there.
Isn't it? And they're adding some free DLC when it comes out, right?
Everything on there. See, that's the great thing with Stadia. See, we're getting the best of the best all in one. So all the updates that's been on this game is coming to us with no delay already on the game. So we don't have to pay for those extra DLCs or anything like that. That stuff is already going to be on there loaded for you to play. Now, it's also supposed to be cross-platform. So we'll be able to play with other players that's on other consoles or other platforms playing, with the exception of the other cloud services. I think Stadia is going to be the only cloud service on there that's going to be cross-platform with the other people. You know what I'm saying? Xbox, PlayStation, you know. And it's going to blow your mind, man, because they've added special zombies on there. So they added so many special zombies on there. One of my favorite zombies on there that I like to just take down is called a lurker. He's like he always hide behind the corners or something like you. It's unexpected. So these zombies are similar to the zombies in the movie. If you watch the World War Z movie, so sound ticks them off, and they come in strong. Like, it's not gonna be just one zombie. If you see one zombie,
so this is like strategy.
Yeah, man. Well, it's like the PvP part of it. I mean, PvE part of it. Yeah, it's like you have to work as a team. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but it doesn't restrain you. So let's say you got that one rogue person that know what he's doing. He can by all means go ahead and try to take on as many zombies he want. But I promise you, with this game, it's so many zombies on there. At the end of it, each person could have killed maybe like 500 zombies apiece. You know what I'm saying? And just think about it. That's a lot of zombies, man. You know, now when I used to play this game, I used to get about like 700, 800 zombies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So it's a horde.
Scary.
Yeah, that's
a
cool.
horde. But it's use your imagination. However you want to be creative on how you take them down, do it. Because now they've added a melee mechanic into the game. So it used to be one melee mechanic where you like just swing a certain way. Now you have different weapons and different fighting styles with those weapons. So for example, if you have a weapon that's dual wield, like 2 knives or whatever, you're gonna fight in that style. You're not just gonna be like swinging with one hand. You know what I'm saying? So they made it more realistic now, opposed to all the the robot looking things that you used to see in games when they do a melee, and it's looking so like robotic, like, you know, it's way different, man. I mean,
more fluid.
It's crazy. It is crazy. The only thing you cannot do in this game that would just, you know, relate to movement is there's no jumping. You can't jump. But when you jump, like let's say you run towards something and you hit the button to dash over, you could do that. When you jump down from top of something, you roll, you know what I'm saying? Like you can use all those things to your advantage when you're running from or trying to corner a zombie, you know. There's this one zombie called a bull, you know, and he's all armored up. There's only 2 ways you can take him down. A headshot, and with the headshot, he has this face glass over it. You have to break first before you get to his face. And then there's an open part in his back where the armor had, I guess he got ripped off and got turned into a zombie or whatever. So you can, if you can get him to turn his back, you know, you can shoot in that weak spot and take him down. So what I typically do,
it sounds kind of like in Doom or something, you know?
Yeah, man. So it's like what I use my team to help out. Hey, I'm gonna be the bait. I'll shoot at him, get him to charge at me, and then I fake him, and then when I fake him, my partner's gonna shoot him in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. You know.
Everybody in chat, if you want shout outs, hit up the chat. Start typing in chat. We're gonna get to you guys here in a little while. We'll get to you towards the end of the show. But yeah, I mean, people have been waiting on that game for a minute. I've been hearing people talk about that for a minute. Right. Since I've been on Stadia. The other games that I know that we can for sure count on coming are like Sky Climbers. I know the alpha's out right now. Right. Death Carnival. I know Cowboy knows this. When is Death Carnival coming?
Okay, so here's the thing. I was graced and had the privilege and the opportunity to interview the developer or the founder of Furion Games. His name is Ice B Herbert. And so what he said was, when that was probably like 2 months ago maybe. So he said in a few months, this is his words, in a few months they're going to do the alpha, and then a few months after that they're going to do the beta, and then a few months after that the game will launch. So I'm thinking that's not coming to after September.
Oh, okay. So that's a good
probably the end of the year.
Well, and I've heard very little about this game, but from what I've seen, it looks really good. And I heard this through Suna's channel about X Defiant. What can you tell us about X Defiant?
Hold on, let me ask Cowboy a question real quick. Based on the Carnivore game. So is that game going to be PvP or?
Yeah. So let me, if you don't mind, LoFi, could I just doll this game up a little bit? Not as long as Suave did with the World War Z, but listen.
I think people need to hear about it because we know it's coming soon.
A hater.
No, I just want to explain it a little bit before we move on to the next game. But Death Carnival has been my most anticipated game for over a year, and reason being is it's like I can't think of anything else that's out right now. I guess Maine. I remember when Maine was playing what is it called, Into the Gungeon, right? And Maine and Win Ye, right? They was playing that, and it's kind of like the top-down shooter, but it looks so intense. It's like so much is coming at you, meaning bullets and enemies. And to Suave's point, what they're doing is just mind-blowing. Every time I go into their Discord, like they come up with something new, and it's like, oh, we just thought of something new we added to the game that was never there. But yes, it's going to be PvE. So it's going to be, you could do single player, you could do co-op. They have PvP. They're going to have leaderboards. This is pretty cool. And he said it live on my show, but they're going to have a mechanic where you could make money by playing the game. So they're going to have a way that you could actually, real money, like not in-game currency, real money. They're really excited about that. He couldn't go into detail, but it's going to be like literally like for me, it's going to be the super trash talking game, because with the leaderboards and how many enemies did you kill, and it's just, when you watch it, it's so much going on the screen. It's like, what is going on? It has a bunch of characters with different abilities, different superpowers, different weapons. It just looks intense. But if anybody's listening, it kind of reminds you of Smash TV from back in the day. That's what it kind of looks like. But all hell breaking loose.
Do you think it's going to be more of an impact to Stadia than World War Z?
I think it might be, because World War Z, like somebody said in the comments, they said, oh, I played that a while ago. I feel like World War Z is good, but a lot of people, like even Maker Chaos, first thing he said, oh, I played that how long ago? I even played it a long time ago, but I thought it was pretty good. But Death Carnival is going to be brand new, fresh game that you never played, and it's going to be, now, they explained the learning curve is going to be good. It's not going to be super hard, but the way you play it, it can get pretty intense. Or you could play it kind of like a novice style as well. So, but I honestly, I think World War Z is going to be great. I said this a long time ago, even when they never announced it. Said, man, this game World War Z I played a long time ago would be cool for Stadia, because the community would join in. But I think Purple said it best. It's going to take somebody to keep pushing that game, right? Like, we have certain staples in the community, like, that every Monday Jeff is playing Wreckfest, right? And it's growing, right? He had 10 people. He was like, whoa, right? This past Monday, you always see Pro, he's either playing Siege or he's playing PUBG, right? So I feel like World War Z, because it's a little dated, even though it's a live service game, so it's constantly getting new stuff. But it doesn't have the biggest buzz already, right? So let's see if the Stadia community can take it. But I personally think, from what I've seen, Death Carnival is going to be an animal. And then you're going to throw in money? Bro, like, come on.
I've been waiting for games to get there.
We know you're going to be in there. They mentioned money.
I mean, I like it regardless. I like it. He just announced that not that long ago. So, but I seen it when he first showed it. It was when I was part of Stadia Source, and we was interviewing him, so I met him back then. But I just seen this game, like, yo, this game looks cool as hell. Now, granted, it looks like a straight indie game, right? Usually, I don't get crazy for indie games. It looks like an indie game, but what all was going on the screen, it takes you back in the day, like a Genesis style game. Like, one of my favorite games ever is Fire Shark. It's a flying game, and it's just all these bullets. You guys remember like Gradius and Zaxxon and the games where just everything's coming at you and you dodging bullets. It looks like that. So, but to your point, I think it's going to be like a fresh breath of air. People are going to be like, what is this? And I think it's going to grab people in a great way.
I mean, look at what Dawn of the Monsters did. It was like, it really,
think that
no one expected it.
You think new is like gonna, because people flock to new. So I agree with you on that. People definitely flock to new. If it's new, then hey,
it's new but familiar.
You know what I'm saying?
So, right. But I also think it might not be everybody's type of game too. What'd you say?
I said Def Con been out before?
No,
it's gonna be a new game. What were you saying, Purple?
You said something.
Yeah, well, I want to know, since Cowboy, this is kind of your game. You know the developer, the founders of the studio, and so forth. Are you going? Is this a multi-plat? Like, will you be able to rally the community around it? Like,
so it is going to be on a lot of different platforms.
Okay. So,
but whether I make it my game, because it's a brand new. So Suave know that he was playing World War Z years ago. He got videos right from back then. I never played the game. For me, it looks great. I would love to be in the alpha, but I never played it yet, right? So I might play it and be like, because I'm a big control freak. I like when I play a game, and if they got to jump and it's not X or the bottom, whatever, ever it's X or A, whatever, I'm like, who made this? Like, so if I hold the controller in my hand and I can't map the buttons, or if I don't like the controls, that might be a deal breaker. Because I like when I'm into something and it just feels smooth, right? What game is there? It's a game that's popular. For instance, Immortal Phoenix Rising. The controls are just terrible. I'm like, I want to like that game, but I'm like, and you can map it, but it's so weird. Like, so I would never sit here and say that's going to be my game. From
So
visually,
would DevCon will be a first day buy for you?
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
wanted to hear you say it.
But I
So-
personally, from everything I've absorbed, I think it's going to be a pro game.
Okay.
Now they never
I
told me
hope
that.
so.
They didn't tell me that, but
I have the mindset that eventually every game will make one appearance on pro.
Oh yeah.
listen, the game that need to go to pro
Go ahead.
is Mad Streets. I told the developer, I said, dude,
Yeah.
so many, because you look at it and say like, bro, I'm not paying for that. It's Rad Dog's physics, but when you play it, you're like, yo, this is fun as hell. But
It's
I
fun,
wouldn't
yeah.
tell you to spend your money on it because I get the way it looked, the optics of it. But if it was pro, I guarantee
I'ma tell
people
you-
would play it more than once.
I'm gonna come back to that about buying Mad Streets. I'm gonna come back to that later because I got a little something I want to bring up, a little
Sorry about
special something for the people in chat. But before we
Y'all
get
didn't even
to
know. The chat didn't even know they had a gift coming, man. Look under
Yeah.
y'all seats, man. Look under y'all seats right now.
so
New
before we
car
get to
keys.
before we get into that though, I want to talk about X Defiant because out of all the games that we know and we want, you know, like I'm glad World War Z's coming. I've been looking forward to it. Death Carnival, now Cowboys got me. I've been looking into that because of him, and it looks awesome. But X Defiant,
Man.
people are saying that could be a COD killer.
The Call of Duty. I was going to say that. Like, you know,
I wish I could talk about it because I've actually played the alpha. It was like 7 months ago, but
Right, there's only so much you can say.
NBA, baby.
Man, look, this is all I gotta say. If they can, I can't even.
What you can
If
say?
they do it
did
right,
you enjoy it?
Yeah, okay, I can't say that. All right, I can't say that, but I can't go into details about things in the alpha.
Right.
But man, look, if they continue doing what they're doing, people aren't even gonna care that Call of Duty may or may not come to the platform.
Well, my only thing though, Sana, is that we compare to Call of Duty, but Call of Duty don't have abilities, and this game does. So makes it different, though.
Look, no.
There's like a lot more. to it.
I can't even get into it.
I'm just saying. I mean, it has abilities, and Call of Duty doesn't. So some people might be like, when you try to compare Call of Duty to Destiny, Call of Duty fans are like, "What? You double jump and fly? Nobody care about that." And when you see this, yes, it looks grounded in real gun mechanics, but you got like a shield come in front of you, and so I wonder if Call of Duty fans would be like that.
It makes me think of like Rainbow Six taken to the next level, or like like with Extraction and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, you trying to get me to like say something, Anthony?
No, I'm just going off of the trailer. I'm just going off of what I've seen.
Where I know you could tell us at least to where to go, so we can at least watch and see what's coming.
I mean, I would just say follow their Twitter. You can sign up for the next play test, and it's gonna be on every single platform, including Stadia and Luna. So
yeah, I signed up for the play test.
Yeah, look, when y'all, man, I can't even say nothing. That game right there, I think that would be like the top game, period. Like for people who are looking for that 6v6 Call of Duty, not the Warzone stuff, but like the 6v6, that is going to fill the void, in my opinion.
Now, Sana, but remember, they just added deathmatch to Rainbow Six Siege. That has deathmatch now.
No, it's not.
That's 5v5.
No, not the same.
Okay.
You're trying to get.
Well, I know some people don't like it actually.
Yeah, there are some people, but this is totally different based off of what we've seen from like X Defiant when it comes to trailers. This is totally different. Not from what I played, So yeah.
But that's what I was on Purple's show. Somebody when we start. Okay, hold on. Before I even go into that. All right. Doc Dart had made a video response thing to Cowboy, and Anyway, he made some good points in there, talking about, we should want AAA games. Like, we got to admit to ourselves that we want these AAA games over here. We're not just happy with just the indie stuff. Like, they do need to bring big games, big names, and I think they know that. But
yeah,
the players aren't here yet, right? The player base, but it's expanding. Either way, but it's like somebody was saying in chat during your episode, Perp, your last episode that you did. They were saying COD, bring COD, because that's such a major get. It's such a big audience. And I was like, forget that. I know X Defiant's coming. I'd rather have something new and special than something that it's old, it's done. We've already seen
it. So I hear you though, but and that's my question. And when Purple asked me, the question was, what game would I want? And I said, selfishly, and then I said for the community. But I think any platform to be able to boast they have Call of Duty is a big deal. That's why I said I picked that, because regardless if X Defiant is the killer, there's Call of Duty been around for so long, it's cemented itself. X Defiant's gonna have to do so much in order to get a name, right? Call of Duty don't have to do that, right? They keep beating Battlefield. Battlefield now has to try hard to compete, right? So I think X Defiant could be great, but
the reason I say that is because they got Scalar, and I think they got the opportunity to do something completely new.
Yeah,
if they use it.
Yeah, that's like if they use that, but I do agree with Anthony. Like, I'm not saying this game is going to kill Call of Duty, like, no, but I do think that if they continue, if they do right, then it's definitely going to take some players, because Call of Duty hasn't really been paying attention to that 6v6 that people have been wanting. It's been more about Warzone. So like the players who've been wanting that 6v6 and been wanting a game that's just gonna last a long time, I think a lot of those players are gonna definitely check it out, and it's free on top of that. And then they're talking about supporting this game for years, like Rainbow Six Siege. So it's like me myself, I've been waiting for a Call of Duty type game that doesn't, that lasts for years, instead of them coming out with one every single year.
Right.
I've been wanting them to build on that, but they just haven't been doing it. So now we're finally about to get something like that. And man, I mean, you even have like the person behind this game made a lot of the Call of Duties. So this is a big deal.
They said the gunplay is going to be really, really, really on point. But here's another thing, though. We do speaking of Call of Duty, remember, they just put out a statement, 2 weeks ago, that this is going to be the first time in years they're actually skipping next year's Call of Duty. So trust me, they're getting wind of where their downfall is. So this will be the first Call of Duty that they skip. They skip it next year. So
yeah,
I hate to admit this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I actually agree with Cowboy on this one, man. If they had a Call of Duty, like seriously, I'm being dead serious. If they brought let's say the latest Call of Duty game to Stadia, it would be a big win. You know what I'm saying?
It would. Yeah, people would instantly say, "All right, now Stadia is official. Now Stadia is not gonna die." I'm telling you, if they got Call of Duty, they'll be like, "Okay, Stadia has cemented itself."
I can see what you're saying. It's like you said earlier, Cowboy. Call of Duty has built a name for themselves to where if they put anything out, people are going to run to it. Yeah, they're going to run to it. You know what I'm saying? So having it, like, let's say, for example, if they even put it out on Stadia first a month before other platforms like Donna and Monster did, I think that'll be huge. That'll be huge. You know what I'm saying? What you was gonna say, Purple?
So I have a question too, because I hear y'all, like, if, it will stop the narrative Stadia is dying. I don't think that narrative is ever going to stop, right? Like, that's just me personally.
It's always going to be kicking around, yeah.
Right. And so I'm kind of curious, like when we think about players who are currently playing Call of Duty, right? Are they going to, if Stadia got Call of Duty, would they move over to Stadia to play Call of Duty? And I think that's not, so that's kind of where I'm at with some of these games. That's why I think I lean kind of close to X Defiance, where you kind of ride a newer wave versus chasing, because I don't know. Go ahead, Cowboy.
So I'll say this: I do not think. Remember, and I'll say this till I die. Well, no, I'll say this until it changes. Cloud gaming isn't really that popular, but if they do, let's say if they did Call of Duty the way Ubisoft is doing their games with Ubisoft Connect, or the way Destiny. Perfect example. Destiny is cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, cross everything, right? I know friends that talked about Stadia. Oh, we'll never get in cloud gaming. And a friend of mine hit me up and was like, hey, he didn't want to say it. He was like, how do I link my Destiny account? You know why? Because he had a lot of free time on his lunch breaks. He started playing. He's primarily a PlayStation guy, but in his lunch breaks, he played Destiny via Stadia. So I think, no, it's not going to suck people away. But as cloud gaming get more popular, and if Call of Duty was cross-play, cross-save, some people would be like, oh, when I want to play and I'm not, sometimes you have free time.
I can see your point. Yeah, it's got a big audience.
I was just talking to like a bona fide PC gamer the other week, and he said, you like swore off cloud gaming, swore off Stadia altogether, and then he played the demos. Like you just click, these new the stream or whatever it's called, to test it out. It worked, and now it's kind of saying like, oh, it's the same thing. I may play this on my lunch break now, or I may do something else. So I can definitely see it. I'm not sure Call of Duty probably is not coming to the platform, so it's kind of the thing. That's why I don't. We kind of know where that's going. So I have to kind of think of, hopefully Suna's right, and it is going to be bigger, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with this next generation of shooters and whatnot.
I think in order for Stadia to pull people from other platforms, they would have to come out with something that other platforms just absolutely cannot do, but people won't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know what that thing is right now, because for me,
I think
you know what I'm saying,
like the thing they have that other people don't is YouTube.
No, it got to be bigger than that, because it has
but that's
to be
the one thing that can't be replicated.
Right, I get that.
Well, kind of, sort of. Somebody said Twitch was bigger than YouTube, so I didn't look up the stats, but
yeah, it is.
Right.
As far as
I'm
gaming
just saying,
hours, not like.
I'm
just saying they don't have to rely on a third party. It's their thing. They can do what they want.
YouTube's actually catching up to Twitch as far as stream gaming. So I think so. And then I think we also have to remember go ahead.
By the way, that's really cool is they're kind of bringing rating over to YouTube.
Oh.
Where you can rate other channels.
Did you, Sana?
Nah, man.
You didn't even know that. I just found out before this stream.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like, they do need to have something that's different and that can't necessarily be replicated.
Yeah. It has to be something that gamers want, but they can't get it nowhere else but Stadia. Or better yet, cloud gaming. You know what I'm saying? You can't get it nowhere else but cloud gaming.
Right.
Well, did you guys know that Google actually owns a what is it called? VR studio. A lot of people don't even know that.
AR VR. No, they
What is AR VR?
Augmented reality, virtual reality.
So what's the difference?
Augmented reality is like, let's say you put on some glasses and then you now, like Pokemon Go.
It's almost like virtual. Okay. It's where virtual reality crosses into actual reality.
Yeah, and then virtual reality is like what you put it on and you're in another world. So
yeah, so I get so easily, right? You it's pretty much what Facebook and stuff start doing. So like, you ever see where somebody, like, let's say this hat wouldn't be real, right? You'll look at it. I'll put a filter on and I have this hat on and I turn my head and it look like it's a real hat, but it's really not there. That's augmented reality. Virtual reality is when you're, like Purple said, you're actually in the world. So you would see, I wouldn't have this hat on, but my background and everything wouldn't be real, and I'll be walking around in the world. So augmented reality, you put things over the reality. Virtual reality, you're in that reality or that virtual world.
So what about, tell us about cowboy reality, because I feel like on your videos, your own universe, and, you know what I'm saying?
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh man, that's how it goes in my reality.
Fighting stuff that's not there and everything.
There's only one cowboy, man. There's only one cowboy. That's
you
for
are
sure.
So we don't need, boy. You think we need two? You think we need more than
There's
one?
not enough room for two.
I think we do.
No.
I think we need another one.
There can be only one.
Listen, my recent video, my son was in it for a split second. You get to see him. I do have a 23-year-old son.
He's not cowboy.
That's awesome, bro.
Like you. I hope he can never be like that. That's
so,
a little extreme.
Let's talk about white labeling. I know they got a new name for it and everything, but let's talk about white labeling for a minute. Some people think it might be bad for Stadia. They think it looks like I guess if Stadians are taking a back seat to them trying doing something else with the product. What do you guys tend to think? What do you think, Suna?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, we just had the keynote, and I would say Stadia's we just had the appearance from Stadia at the summit, and there was only 30 seconds or a minute of them talking about it, but the rest of it was just talking about the most important thing, Stadia's weakness, which is the porting. And man, I mean that whole load change porting.
Oh yeah,
once they get, man, dude,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, and
it's getting good.
Yeah,
but what do you think about it, Perp? I mean, about just the white labeling situation.
Yeah, I think a lot of people confuse what Stadia actually is doing with their white labeling. Many times, like they're thinking it's just a licensing deal, so something like what AT&T, which is part of. But what they were actually talking about is really to connect these developers and publishers straight to anyone. So you just click it and it goes, and it's just running Stadia. That's just a little different in my opinion than when we just I think additional.
It's different from what we're used to, right?
Right, exactly. And so like when I think of what they're doing is they're getting a lot of people playing cloud gaming who don't even know they're playing cloud. They're just clicking and going, right? Like I told you that my friend who just like I kept talking Stadia. So he was like, okay, let me see what this is. He played whatever the motorcycle game is. I can't remember what it is. MotoGP, right? And so he was like, oh wow, it actually works. And so when I just hear white labeling and the criticisms of it, I don't think it's necessarily the exact same thing that Stadia is talking about when they mention, I can't even think what it's called, Stadia, Google Stream. Is that what it's called?
No. It's called immersive stream.
Immersive stream.
Right, so immersive stream. So then, but I think as far as like the front side of it, gamer-wise, I mean, once again, I'm not sure what we're expecting Google to do on that. I mean, they are bringing hundreds of games over. They're trying to get as many games as they can. The problem is that gamers are not necessarily coming. It's the same thing I asked about Call of Duty, right? If you put a game someone already has, like we already know most gamers are multi-platform gamers. Like that's the problem right now, is that you're even though there's 200 and something million consoles being sold each year, there's only like 70 million gamers out of that. So you really need to like try to get more gamers. You need to get more people access to playing games. You need to make that a lot easier. And to the biggest like group of people, like we always talk about gamers are growing. That's mobile gaming. So how do you get mobile gamers into the cloud? Like, well, you're gonna have to give them something they're used to seeing. And mobile gaming has been able to do click and play in social, in Facebook. Like, remember Facebook, like when Farmville and all those like things just came out, right? Like what made that so addictive is like people were on Facebook at that time and just were able to click and socialize and so forth.
You didn't have to install.
Right. So I think when we talk about immersive stream, they're trying to do that. They know there's tons of people consuming content on YouTube. Like that number is just still growing quite a bit. Right. So how can you get them to now just like, oh, I saw like Suave, right, was talking up World War
wish she was a cowboy.
World War Z to like no end earlier this week, right? And so what would it have been like if he could have been like, yo, let's go play the game right now so I can show you what I'm
doing.
Try
it out. Yeah.
Right. That's immersive stream. That's cloud game. But that's
shout out Squids.
You know, I think like I said, I get kind of like my blood gets boiling when people just throw out white label.
Well,
and it's,
this is what I think. If you take Pro out of the equation, right? If you're on Stadia and you purchase games, you have your game, you don't pay anything else. You just click to play it. I mean, all you're doing is letting the publisher do the same thing, just on their own, away from that. So you go and buy it at the publisher instead of Stadia. You still get the click to play. It's still nothing really changed there except for where you went to play the game. Like to me, it makes sense. It just makes sense that they would. The technology has a lot of uses aside from what we're using it for right now. So
yeah, and it's just gonna be more money for Google, for Stadia, or for Google, and then if they decide to, further invest and keep on expanding Stadia, I mean, it's just gonna help each other out. So yeah, I think it's great.
I personally think. So about a year ago, when they started talking about white labeling, it was like a rumor. I call them the original and the official Stadia haters had a field day because they felt that white labeling would be a bad thing, right? But for me, now that it's a legit thing, it has a name, immersive streams. It's actually a power play for Stadia because they said that people will test their games on Stadia, right? These channels and stuff they're talking about to see if it works and how they like it, and then they'll decide, okay, now I want to do a partnership or deal or purchase your tech so I could, white label, have it for myself, right? So because of that, the way they're going to do it is that makes Stadia very valuable, right? So now that makes Stadia even less likely to go anywhere, right? So white labeling, people feel like it's a bad thing, but again, the way they're utilizing Stadia with immersive streams is a powerful combination. And they even said on the developer summit, they said they used the quote, "The rising tide raise all ships," right? And they was talking about immersive stream and Stadia, saying they're both going to help rise each other. So that's powerful right there.
Yeah, and I just want to add on to the idea of a power play, because about a month ago, you remember, like Amazon came out with, like, it just got known to like the cloud gaming, group or gamers as a whole. Like, you can go into Twitch, you see a game, you click it, and you will be routed to Luna somehow.
Correct.
Right now, if you don't have a Luna account or you don't have a Prime account, like, that's not going to work, right? But I think that's where immersive stream is such a power play. It does that, but you don't need any account.
Anything.
Right. And so then if you do want to go play the game or whatever, you can go register to go buy and so forth. And at that point, you're already doing a registration process. But I think it's a huge power play to say, like, you can just go in.
Yeah, and they're giving incentives. So if they could get someone to sign up for Stadia Pro, then they're giving $10 for each person, and it goes up to, I forgot what's the cap, but it's pretty amazing when you think of it. But the white labeling, I think it is a good thing though.
Yeah, I think overall it's going to be a really good thing.
Yeah. There is one thing that Holt said that what do you say? I don't want Google Immersive Stream to be locked behind regions, and I do kind of agree with that. Like, I don't want certain games like we got the AT&T thing. That is something that's probably the only thing I'm worried about, where hopefully they don't do something where like Batman is only for AT&T people if you want to play it in the cloud. Like, I hope they don't do that. But other than that, I mean, it's still gonna be great for Stadia as far as getting them money. You know what I'm saying? But that's that would be my only concern with that.
Yeah, my only thing with that is that's not a concern at all for me. That's just a price to do business, right? You do business in order to make deals. So let's say if they say the AT&T thing is a 1-year time exclusive, right? Or let's say they just said you can't have it at all. But you know what? Our next game, you can have it. That's called a price to do business. You have something they want, they have something you want. Now, most likely what you want is money though, right? Money is the benefactor. So I'm going to allow you to use our tech to let your customers access this game. However, you're going to pay me. So that's just business. And think about it. So I get we always think from a Stadia mind, right? Because we're Stadians, right? But think from AT&T mind. If you could just get Batman on Stadia, then why get it from AT&T? So it has to be something in it for someone else. But remember, Stadia is going to receive the money, and the funding.
You got to think AT&T was able to tell everybody, if you buy our phones and you buy from our network, you get to play this awesome game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a selling for them. So yeah, I think to Cowie's point there, and to Suna and to Holt, like I think the way I look at the AT&T deal is just like a timed exclusive. Like eventually they're going to bring more of that franchise to AT&T, and probably when they do that, they're going to roll the next one off to most likely it'll come to Stadia. So I don't think so. I think that will come. I think it will eventually come to Stadia.
You know why I don't think so? Is because AT&T was at the developer summit and they said, and we got another game coming, right? So AT&T owns Warner Brothers, right? That's Mortal Kombat, that's DC. Yeah. I just feel like if you could offer something like, okay, well, you know what Suave said that was awesome? Suave said, what will get people to come to Stadia is something that other people don't have. Warner Brothers is powerful. We talking about DC, Mortal Kombat. So if AT&T, wait, listen, if AT&T could say our Warner Brother games is through our AT&T service, yes, it's white labeled by Stadia, Immersive Streams, but that's powerful. But if they just say, oh, in a year it could be on Stadia, then I feel like that's a real power move. Exclusives is a power move. Whether I made many videos saying why Stadia doesn't need exclusives, but exclusive is very important. And if you're starting off, I mean, look at the people who feel some type of way because
all right. Before you go on your roll, Cowboy, hold on now. All right. So let's talk about you brought in the money situation, and let's talk about what Stadia has. So let's say Warner Brothers. Let's talk about AT&T. They obviously have some publisher there at AT&T. Now, what we know about Stadia right now, where could they put their game on the Stadia platform? For people who have a subscription, when they play it, AT&T will get more money from it.
They could put it.
Yeah, but if you do put it on Pro, right? If you are trying, let's say because they can now look at all the analytics to see how many people are playing it on AT&T. So once they see that number now dropped, no one is playing it, they have the new game. Why wouldn't they then go now squeeze every last dollar of it to put it on Pro to open it to another group of people?
It's the same reason I always said it's going to be hard for, let's say, Xbox, and they haven't done it yet, but they said they will, to allow you to purchase games, right, via the cloud, because they just came out with a brand new console, right? But if I could purchase games from the cloud, then that console is obsolete because I don't need it, right? So if AT&T, again, this is if AT&T want to, because we don't know this, we're just speculating. If AT&T want to go into the business of we also have cloud gaming, right? Now they just did that for their customers as, hey, here's a treat for our customers. So we're assuming that AT&T is going to go into their own, they want their own thing. Like, there's rumors, AT&T, Verizon, you name it, right? Walmart. But if they do say, hey, now we want to do our own games, then why would you put your games on Stadia? Because now Stadia becomes your competition, right?
I don't think but that's the thing. Like, I think when you're thinking about something like a Warner Brothers or one of these other studios, like, I don't think everybody wants to be a cloud platform or a gaming platform. What I do think, though, is what you mentioned was Batman. What you mentioned was
Purple.
But,
I don't know if you followed. Hold on, real quick. I don't know if you followed the Apple versus Epic court case, but that's how we found out about Netflix and all of that. With the court case, they asked questions. They had to say, well, Verizon's working on cloud gaming, Walmart's working on cloud. All these people, cloud gaming. So trust me, people are.
But I think let's look at Netflix, because we just talked about. We were talking about it earlier today, right? Netflix just had released Stranger Things on on Far Cry 6, right? They have the DLC. Now, what happens in 2 months from right now? It's a promotional play for something else. It's a promotional play because we know Stranger Things season whatever.
You're always chasing the dragon.
It's coming there.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. Netflix doesn't have the infrastructure to have that game, right? Or have games similar to it. So they're just leasing off their titles, their properties, right? But if Netflix could have their own game on their own service, do you think they would lease off their properties?
I mean, you're now saying, like, okay, they have to build it's the economics of the deal. What I'm saying is, I just don't think that all these players want to be game developing is expensive, right? Like, and so and then you're now building that up inside. A lot of times it is worth just leasing, and all we have to do is look at what is Netflix gaming.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see, but I just think that it's not out of the question to think that a game that Stadia helped bring to AT&T, once AT&T runs out of that, says, let me put it over here to the million or so Prime subscribers, because we know we can milk more out of that.
I think that if business is business, and when it's like that, you can do business with anyone, because in some standpoints, your enemy that you're competing against, if y'all have like a certain agenda, y'all can unite and do business together with certain terms. So I think that we shouldn't speculate on, we shouldn't say that, hey, it'll never happen, because then if it does happen, then Cowboy is going to be one of those people who be like, I guess it did happen.
I say, wow, she was right. The thing is, in life, you shouldn't have a problem saying you was wrong.
But no. Instead of you saying that, hey, I shouldn't have said that in the first place, and I shouldn't say things like that, because it can possibly happen.
But it's just called speculation. That'd be like me saying, let me never say Suave's wife gonna get pregnant by another person.
Right. So you saying that?
Those are all great points, guys.
I'm not saying that,
but you would be like, why would you say that? You shouldn't say that. Like, wait,
but saying that,
you just said anything's possible.
Right. So you're not saying that anything's possible. And one, you cross the line, bring my wife in this, and then two, you're saying that it's not going to happen compared to
it's just speculate. Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that.
Let me talk though. You're saying it's not going to happen. Everyone else saying that it could happen.
It definitely could happen. It's probable. I'm saying is if they get into the business of they want to have their own gaming like division, right? If they say, hey, now we want to offer games to our customers, then I think it's less likely to see a game come to Stadia. But if they're just doing it as a, hey, this is a bonus for our customers, like me, I'm an AT&T customer, so I did it live. I went to the website, put in my phone number, and I was playing. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, right? So right now it's just, hey, we're just doing this for our customers, and it's free, right? If you're a customer. But what I'm saying is, if they one day say, we do want to now get into the business of cloud gaming, then I feel like it's less likely. But again, they never even said that. That's just what I think if they did that.
Yeah, but less likely is different. You saying, nah, it won't happen.
What does it matter what I said?
Anyway,
Why are you hung up
that's
on
neither here nor there.
You try to define speculation as being so. Speculation is what Purple and everybody else was saying. What you're saying is no, it absolutely wouldn't happen.
No, I'm still speculating because my speculation is based off of something they didn't even say.
Okay.
So what are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you what we're talking about. I'm gonna tell you what we're talking about. You're funny because right now it's like talking to a brick wall and waiting for the paint to dry.
No, because the thing is details. You're not listening to details. If you listen to everything I said, this is a problem. You got to listen to details. The details was listen. I said if they decided to get into gaming, they never said they was getting into gaming, right? They never said they was gonna create a platform, right, to bring out games. They just said, hey, and we got another game coming. So my opinion is even way off because it's just speculation based. They have to do something first, for my opinion, to even be accurate, right? So what you're saying is incorrect because I never even made an absolute statement because what I'm saying isn't even absolute. It's not even a thing in existence.
Okay.
So anyway, moving on. We're gonna move on. Everybody's got some great points.
Suave off my shoulder real quick.
Oh, all right. What you saying?
So anyway, talk about some things that are. You earlier you said you wanted some exclusives, so here we go. Right now, exclusive to Stadia, you can free to play Far Cry 6. Not only can you free to play Far Cry 6. But you wanted to I just got reminded from something from my producer over here. And I think Purple would know more about this. You want to talk about Stadia has a new community manager.
Oh, they
did? I was thanks for tossing it. Stadia has a new community manager. If no one saw that, I think they announced it late last night, early this morning, depending on where you're at. Dave, definitely, if you're on Twitter or on the Reddits or whatever, definitely throw him some love there.
He's on Reddit.
He's not on Reddit?
Yeah, I don't want to forget.
No, he is on Reddit. I wrote him today.
He's on Twitter as well. I think he's on all the channels everywhere Grace was. So if y'all remember Grace, I think she left earlier this year, and there was some speculation about what's going on. I think Dave is actually a veteran from the gaming community, been there about, I believe, 10 years. So definitely show him how great of a community this is. I know I've already started reaching out to him, and maybe LoFi, we can maybe bring him on the show one day. Or
that would be amazing. I would love to have. I would love that.
Man,
I would pop fireworks. Go ahead, man. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm just never mind. Nope, not even gonna say that. Nope.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I was talking about oh my god.
You were talking about exclusives.
Exclusives. That's it. Okay, so right now you can play Far Cry 6, right? Free to play, and it's only on Stadia. And you got the DLC. You got the Rambo DLC. It's a Rambo-based crossover mission, and then there's the Stranger Things, the Upside Down mission, and it kind of looks like a Rainbow Six Extraction to me. Which, speaking of Rainbow Six Extraction, if you're a pro member right now, and you go look at Far Cry, you will see that the regular game is on sale to you for $25. But for some reason, the deluxe edition is only $12. So I took advantage of that today. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're on pro, go snag that immediately before they see they messed up.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. You said what's exclusive to Stadia? You said Far Cry 6.
Yeah, the Far Cry 6 free to play is exclusive to Stadia. I don't.
The free to play. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's free to play all weekend.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be streaming Far Cry all weekend. I don't normally stream on the weekend, but that's what we're doing. So speaking of streaming, let's start with Suna. Suna, what do you got going on?
Ooh, yes, the wrong person, man. I probably won't. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to game this week, man. But I know Suave and Anthony.
Whoa.
They always be gaming. You know, Purple. I'm not sure about you, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you stream sometimes. You got the Suna Live channels, so I'm just saying everybody needs to go check out Suna, aka Bippity Bop. If you don't know, this is Bippity Bop. But yeah, I know when I first started playing Stadia, that Squids and your Destiny 2 streams, that was how I started, and I got into the community.
I remember that, man.
I remember talking to you the night before I started doing the show. I remember telling you about the idea of the show, and then later on, I got on BC with Squids. We talked about it, and the next thing you know, we're doing a show. And now I'm here with you guys, and yeah, it's cool to have you on, man. It's really cool that you came on. I appreciate it.
Hold on.
Thanks.
Suna is being humble, man. Let's appreciate this brother right here, because this guy that just graduated in his degree from college, man. So give a round of applause for that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's an achievement, man. And this young brot's like,
man, congratulations.
Congratulations.
He didn't just graduate, from what I heard, though. Suna, now, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a STEM graduate, a software engineer, which is, just for everyone, that is extremely difficult, extremely needed, and are the people that makes these games in the cloud run. So shout out to you, Suna.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Yeah, bro. Keep on going, right? Keep on going.
Yeah, I mean, basically what I'm trying to say is, can I borrow some money?
I'm trying to get a job. That's why I'm not streaming. That's what I'm doing.
So, and also Purple just launched her channel with her very first show. Had her show with Cowboy as her first guest.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Cowboy.
Oh man.
Cowboy did
So
awesome.
I was giving Cloudy V. Sorry, Cloudy V. I got to say this. When he did his first stream, I said, "Bro, your first stream was probably the best first stream ever seen." But Purple just, sorry, Cloudy V, but Purple just smashed that.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Cowboy did. Thank you, It was great. I had fun. And Cowboy, you always are mentoring me, showing me what to do, even throughout the stream. So thank you for everybody, all the content creators on this. For helping me out. This weekend I will be.
I didn't do anything, Purple.
So you've done quite a bit. So thank you as well. But I will be doing playthroughs this weekend, most likely of either Orcs Must Die or The Garden in Between. So just testing out. Please give me the feedback. Definitely, I'm trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. Or if you just want to like chill and game and just hear my random rants, you do that too.
Nice.
So we can game with you?
Oh my God, Suave. So what do you got going on coming up on your channels, Cowboy? I know I never know what I'm gonna get when I come on your channel. That's
So here's what's crazy though. So with me and my wife, like I do so much, but I kind of made a thing where on the weekends I actually don't do anything. So typically I'm not streaming. Once Thursday night hit, you rarely ever see me do anything live Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I'm at my mother-in-law's house because they're celebrating. My wife and her mom are celebrating their birthdays this weekend, and her mom lives 2 hours away. So whenever we come here, I literally just sit in her second room I'm in right now. And I just, I either make content or I just play. I get the game. So I'm going to be playing a lot of games this weekend on my phone with my cool controller. And maybe I'll stream via direct streaming because thanks to Stadia, I can still stream away from home, which is cool. I only got 4G where I'm at because she's kind of near the mountains and it still works great with Stadia. So this weekend's going to be up in the air. What I'm going to be doing, but I definitely will be gaming. But I want to say this real quick, and I get to say this on the show for you, Monk. Listen, man, the only person that really noticed truly is Suna. I'm trying to change a new leaf, but Suave trying to bring back the old cowboy. Now you heard yesterday, Ryzek like, this the tame cowboy. You ain't the same. Suave, if you want me to come back, all right. But I'm trying to be cool, man. I was trying to leave that behind me. You know how many people done ran out the Stadia community? Ask Sunna. I got a list, bro. So if you want to be on that list, keep it up. Because you ain't going to be playing World War Z. It's going to be me playing it. You keep it up. So I'm just saying. But I've been trying to be cool. Everybody, cowboy's such an a-hole. You always doing this and that. Bro, I've been trying to be the cool cowboy. But you want to push my butt. You're going to get the old cowboy.
Oh, that's sad, man. So are you gonna get like
I can almost hear like the Undertaker bells going off. Like after
you almost made me cry just then. I mean,
it was beautiful.
In your eyes.
You gonna jump in the studio? Get some cowboy.
I don't start fights, man. I definitely don't run from them. You know.
Oh yeah, wait. Before you do that, So Climax, what's going on in your channel next week?
Oh, I'm gonna be on the Cowboy Show. I'm hosting a show, you know, called The Cowboy on the Cowboy Show. So, you know, everybody's welcome to come, you know, see what's going on. You know,
nice.
I will be there.
Yeah, everybody's welcome. You know,
send me an invite. I'll be there.
Yeah, oh, you got a front row seat, brother. You got a front row seat. So no, but honestly, man, like I always do, man. I just want to shout out the underdogs, man. So shout out to Cloudy V. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. I think that a lot of people that's out there doing some streaming, they getting their channel out there, and you know what I'm saying, doing well at it. I see a lot of streams out there, man. Keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I got, man. Shout out to my boy Cloudy V.
Hey.
Yep. Cloudy V, what's up? You ready for some PUBG?
Who is Cloudy V?
Monkey
Validation.
Monkey Boy,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in chat. Thanks for showing up, guys. Today's been a really good day for streaming. I'll be doing yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say thank you for having us. I don't know how long you want the show to go on, but
oh yeah, we're about to cut it actually. So if you got anything you want to throw out there, man, do it.
Oh no, I'm just saying thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you for coming on the show. Thanks to Climax, PurpleHaze, as always. You're awesome. Thank you, Sunna. And the Cowboy, I know you're definitely gonna be back on. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
We need to reach the conclusion.
Is that, I like to be on everything if I can, if I'm free, man. So I do my own thing. I'm in my own little lane, my own little world. But I also feel like, you know, it's a good thing if, like, some people look at me and be like, oh, you know, you made it, or you got your channel subscribed or monetized or whatever. But I still feel like I'm still that new guy that came in, but I like to just do my thing, kick the doors down, just be me. But I think it's good if I do have a recognition. Well, if I could be on somebody else's thing and tweet it out there, and maybe some people come in because they came to see me, and then you could get anybody could get extra views. And I just love to collaborate. I think it's a good thing too. So
well, I was hoping you could maybe talk about the SBC real quick before we go, because man, you're the champion of that. Well, you're the all-purpose champion anyway, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, something I am really proud of, man, is the I can't tell the story without Spectre, but Spectre, it was an ideal of his to do something for the community. And so he came to me, and we really didn't know each other, but he came to me just because I used to be a part of Stadia Source. So I was kind of like a figure. People see me, and I wear a cowboy hat. So people are like, all right. But he came to me and said, hey, would you help me come up with something for the community? And first I just was like, all right, whatever. I really didn't have no interest, to be honest. And he kept asking me, and I was like, all right, well, what do you got planned? And so we put our heads together, and we came up with a way to promote people who create Stadia content. And it's pretty cool that we've been running strong over a year now. We celebrated 1 year in December, and it's still going strong. So we kind of switched it up because we used to call it the network. I remember I came to Bippity and he was like, bro, I can't give an hour every week because I'm in school and all that. But we was real rigid before where you had to do an hour a week. It was like a network, right? TV station.
Right.
So you think Martin comes on every 8 o'clock, every Tuesday. That's what it was. So, you know, it was big. We had a lot of European guys into it. It was a good thing. I kind of pissed off a couple of people by opening my mouth, you know, that did happen. And so, you know, some people left, but some people stayed. And then I decided, Spectre, let's switch it up. Let's get rid of the N for network and make it community. Just leave it as community so it could be more open. People come and go as they please. They don't have to be restricted to an hour. They could stream Stadia content all week if they want, and we'll just promote everything they do. And so, so that's what we're about. We're just about, if you make Stadia content, let us throw your channel on the channel, right? And we don't even show how many subscribers we have because it's not about the channel, it's about who's on the channel. So the theory is, just a quick example, if Suave is from Texas, lives in Texas, Purple's in New York, right? Let's just say Suave people probably never would ever find Purple's content, right? It's possible, right? But through this channel, someone may go and say, well, let me check out my boy Suave. I'm going to go to the network, or say I'm still using network, the SBC channel, and say like, oh man, her video or her logo looks cool. And then they click on her, and then next you know, they might find her channel because of this one channel to have a multitude of different channels. So that's our thing, man. We just want to promote Stadia content creators, man.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I've been part of the SBC just for a short time now, and it's been really cool. Everybody's got their own thing going on, but like when we hook up, it's like a brotherhood, you know. So
yeah,
and I mean that's just cloud gaming, period. But definitely is in the Stadia community. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys for coming on. Thank you so much.
Hey,
I want to do a shout out to Mr. Urban World out there thinking I don't know who K Reno is, but shout out to you anyway.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey, Wes Hall in the chat. I am shook because I'm scared right now. I'm glad you're the only one that noticed that. Thank you.
Yeah, and an extra special thank you from me as well, Wes Hall. All right. All right, we're out of here. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you next week. I'll catch you guys backstage.
Definitely.